Okay, so today's press conference call for our show 25th of November here at the Coronet in Elephant and Castle. The event will be broadcast live on Eurosport, which goes out to 2.5 million viewers Europe-wide, so very excited about the deal we've done. Top of the bill will be the Southern Area Championship between the champion Ben Murphy to my left and Carshalton's unbeaten prospect Tony Owen to my right. As you can see on the undercard, we have Marcin Marcek, the London-based Pole, and Phil Gill, who will be taking part in a six-rounder on the undercard. We also have a host of local London-based fighters who are taking part on the undercard, and hopefully some of those eventually will be brought through, as has Tony Owen, as we've brought him along. He's now 12-0. Now it's time to step up, and I'm looking forward to him, moving forward. It's a good fight. I've only just signed Ben, his first fight with me. Probably one of the most underrated and definitely most exciting boxers. So I know that the Coronet crowd are going to love him. We've had loads of sort of feedback from people when we announce he's on there. And I think his style actually suits our kind of event. As you know, it's very vociferous crowd, very high energy, explosive atmosphere, and that sums up Ben Murphy. Tony, on the other hand, I would say is more of a boxer. It's certainly a clash of styles, but I think the fight's a real 50-50, and really pleased to have put it together, and that we're going to have it on. I think it's a good fight for a fight fan, which I'm a fight fan myself, and as a fight fan I'm really looking forward to watching it as a spectacle as well as running the event. Phil will be boxing Floyd Moore from Portsmouth, who he's got I think a 4-2 record, 4-3 record, but he is a big puncher. He's got some great knockouts on his record, and Phil's never in a dull fight, so I think we'll have a great fight there. And Eurosport, of course, has a huge following in Poland, and so we're very happy to have City Boxers Marcin Marcek on the undercard. And I know already from the feedback we've had from the Polish people and from his sponsors, the Polish Express, the Polish newspaper, he's going to have a large following. We also have a host of local London-based fighters who are taking part on the undercard, and hopefully some of those eventually will be brought through, as has Tony Owen, as we've brought him along. He's now 12-0. Now it's time to step up, and I'm looking forward to him, moving forward. It's a good fight. I've only just signed Ben, his first fight with me. Probably one of the most underrated and definitely most exciting boxers. So I know that the Coronet crowd are going to love him. We've had loads of sort of feedback from people when we announce he's on there. And I think his style actually suits our kind of event. As you know, it's very vociferous crowd, very high energy, explosive atmosphere, and that sums up Ben Murphy. Tony, on the other hand, I would say is more of a boxer. It's certainly a clash of styles, but I think the fight's a real 50-50, and really pleased to have put it together, and that we're going to have it on. I think it's a good fight for a fight fan, which I'm a fight fan myself, and as a fight fan I'm really looking forward to watching it as a spectacle as well as running the event. Phil will be boxing Floyd Moore from Portsmouth, who he's got I think a 4-2 record, 4-3 record, but he is a big puncher. He's got some great knockouts on his record, and Phil's never in a dull fight, so I think we'll have a great fight there. And Eurosport, of course, has a huge following in Poland, and so we're very happy to have City Boxers Marcin Marcek on the undercard. And I know already from the feedback we've had from the Polish people and from his sponsors, the Polish Express, the Polish newspaper, he's going to have a large following. I don't know if anybody has any questions regarding any of the participants and the event.
Yeah, you've obviously got the Eurosport deal. That's probably the biggest deal for any small promoter in the country. How hard was that to pull together, Nick?
I actually did it with Robert Waterman, who's been working with Eurosport for some time. He's got a lot of interest overseas now, and I'm running more and more shows in London, almost to the point where it's getting, I think probably next year we'll be looking at doing a monthly event. And I think it's sort of what I can provide suited what Robert had, so we've done the deal. We've gone to Eurosport, they've taken it. One thing that I was really happy with is that rather than us putting names and really protecting one fighter and not the other one, as happens so often, the thing that really seemed to appeal to Robert, and when he then took it to Eurosport straight away, was more the fact that both these guys coming to win. From you see our previous events, you can see the atmosphere that's generating. That does come through on the camera, and I think that's why we got our nose in front for actually clinching the deal. I'm really excited about it, and the fight, as well as the event, just these two boxing, I think it's a real sort of difficult one to figure out what's going to happen, because Tony's a very sort of a typical boxer, if you like. He can have a fight as well, but he's a boxer, and Ben can box, but he's a fighter. So we'll see on the day who prevails. I wish best luck to both of them.
Phil Gill, obviously undefeated, probably the most exciting lightweight, light welterweight fighter in the country. You've got to be looking to close in on that Southern Area title fight. How many fights is that away for you?
I'd fight for it tomorrow if McGee could get it sorted. I've got this next fight to get through. As soon as that's done, I want that fight straight after the winner of these two. Get on, me and Ben have been wanting to fight for a year or so now. So the sooner the better. It could be 1-2 fights away. It just depends on the timing.
I think whoever wins from these two is not too far fighting for a British title. So if I've already had contact with the promoters from Anthony Collar, so if we can make the deal, that they might want to go for that. If not, definitely Phil move in. If one of them wins it and then does box with the British, then they're probably Phil can fight the highest rated contender for the Southern Area. But yeah, Phil's ready for that now. He's had his 10 or so fights. He's not lost any of them. I've promoted a good few of them, and I've never seen him ever. Can't ever remember him being in a bad fight. In fact, there was one fight I actually asked him to not be boring, but I said, Phil, every fight, it's like you're rolling the dice. This fight, I just want you to box sensibly. Please do it. And he did it for about, I'd say 30 seconds before he caught one, and then he was off again. And but now, yeah, he's ready to take a step forward. And if these two box each other, and one of obviously one of them wins, why not? If that's the best deal for both fighters, I'll make it. They can box each other, and I'm sure that would make a good fight, another exciting fight, another night again.
Phil, last time we saw you with Becky, I think you had some kind of collision with his head, I think. We had a big cut on your eye, lots of blood, all cleared up?
Yeah, that was 5 stitches. The doc did a great job on the night. Cleared up really well. It hasn't opened up again in sparring, probably won't open up again. It's not in too bad a place, so it should be fine, yeah.
It's interesting, his next fight's against someone very similar style to him, big puncher. So the undercard, I think, we're going to see some good action. Neither of them takes a backward step. So
just to spice the press conference up, the kid Coronet, he's delusional. He's hit a few bums on the chin and he's gone over. The kid, he'll swallow it. He'll say, well, no, he ain't here. Anyone see him, Floyd? Floyd? No, not here. Did turn up to our video shoot the other day for the promo. He won't turn up in a week's time. Kid Coronet, he's going to get done in a round.
Is that one of big Johnny Greaves beat?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Johnny Greaves beat him on his debut. Kid stopped, like I said, the kid stopped a few people. To me, he's in the way of me progressing. Like any other fight, he's going to get dealt with the same. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to come out with the win. You know, he's just, you know, he's going to be as easy a fight as the others.
I mean, look, he's not here to defend himself, so we'll wait till he comes and does his talking in the ring. And I'm sure it's a great fight. As a matchmaker, I feel myself leaning towards Phil, but Floyd can punch hard. I mean, he knocked a couple of people like Sparko's a proper out. So it makes for a good fight. It's going to make for a good fight, good show. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, I think it's the start of bigger things. You know, already talking about further down the line, bigger fights and taking it forward.
Question for Ben. Everyone's talking about Tony being the boxer in this fight. So basically saying you're the fighter, you're obviously going to come across maybe as a stronger guy of the two. How do you see yourself winning this fight?
Either way, really, I feel that my boxing skill is underrated, you know, but if it comes down to strength, if I have to outstrength him, I'll be able to outstrength him as well. But I should be able to outbox him as well. But either side, either way.
What would you say about that, Tony?
I'm pretty much the same as him. I think I can outstrength him as well as outbox him. So I'm going in with a game plan, I'll stick to it and I'll be fine on the night.
Okay, well that concludes the first part of our press conference, so thank you very much for joining us. Unless anybody else has any more questions?
Just got a question for Marcin. Marcin, obviously you're connected with the Polish Express and magazine and really find you as his city boxer. Obviously a lot of people are expecting big things for you. How do you see your career progressing, and have you got anything to say to those people?
I mean, I would like to say many thanks for Mickey to let me fight. It was like a few weeks after the first one. I really enjoyed my debut, and the first fight done well. So I hope and the next one's gonna be same results. So because every fight make boxers better. So I hope this one is gonna be much better boxing. And I would like to say thank you to every people can try to support me and to, you know, to coming to watch my fights and once more time, thank you very much.
And you will be a celebrity in Poland after this, because they have huge. Eurosport gets huge viewing figures in Poland. So
Next year, if I'm gonna sit a little bit closer to you, we celebrate a lot.
Mickey's famous all around the world, aren't you, Mick?
I'm almost, yes. One more place.
You're sitting at the table. You're on your way, Marcin.
Thank you.
Okay, so we can do a head-to-head with Tony and Ben and take some photographs, and then we'll do the rest of the card.
Show me the bodyguard.
No. You. What are you gonna do?